Ringing up Mr. Browell.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for 07769247196. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Oh, yes, good afternoon, Mr. Browell. It's Mr. Hussein here, once again, leaving yourself a message regarding engaging with yourself in order to find out and determine what my brother's health and well being situation is or where he is, and getting some further information from yourself. Today it's been 67 days, I believe. 67 days or 68 days, I think. Uh, yeah, I think it's 68 days that you've unlawfully kidnapped my brother and are holding him and denying me any rights of access to know about my brother's well-being. Considering the fact that you have told lies and deceptions as a collective organization to have my brother taken from my care, because evidently, you do accept my charging policy of £1 million a week for the care, and therefore you have tried to be efficient by removing him from my care, not realizing the fact that it makes no difference now because it's £1 million a day rather than a week because of this villainous, fraudulent enterprise. It's 68 days later, and I have no idea where my brother is or what kind of situation he's in. And more importantly, a person with mental health problems, my brother, has no idea of myself. And obviously, you, the local authority, are used to this. You're used to kidnapping children and abducting them from parents and forcing them into care institutions and destroying their life and psychologically torturing them. And you believe that you can then apply the same logic and reason to my brother. This is where your thinking is flawed. Children do not have a capacity to consent because they are children by definition, and therefore you can play these tricks, saying that you're acting in the best interest of the child by removing the child from the guardian or the parent. The same does not apply for adults, because adults obviously have the ability to consent. They have the requisite mindset to consent. Now, the only way you can achieve this, as you did achieve in my mother's case, was to say that somebody's suffering from a debilitating condition such as dementia. And therefore, you can once again, ride the pony, as they say, on the fact that the person lacks capacity to make decisions for themselves. And you, the local authority, in your benevolence, are going to make those decisions, as you did in my mother's case. That was the argument, that my mother has dementia, she can't make these decisions anymore. It's in her best interest for you to come along and make best interest in her decision that are obviously a clear deprivation of her liberty, but they are necessary because you're acting, on the paper at least, or on the surface, to acting in her best interest. But the same is not true for my brother. My brother may have schizophrenia, but it's not a debilitating condition. And it's the very same condition that you were happy for him to come into the community. You were happy for him to become an employer, to hire a personal assistant and deal with tax issues. On paper, that's why it seems. So he still had those conditions. That there has been he does not, schizophrenia or mental health is not a degenerative condition for you to state that no, this person equally lacks capacity now, and we can just get one of our friends, because ultimately you don't even need another person, do you? You are, what is it, mental health amp, is it called, amp representatives. So you or Bali Nota can simply state yourselves that the person lacks mental capacity, and then you, the council, can just take control of the person, put him where you like, and these are hacks in the system, and then just get the judges to sign off on, retrospectively sign off on all your villainy. That would ordinarily occur in the absence of myself. I am my brother's carer, guardian, representative. More importantly, he's my he is a trust beneficiary of which my mother created in 2000. So he's not just somebody that you can easily exploit and take advantage of, as you've clearly seen that it's my primary objective. I have only a couple of clients, namely the trust beneficiaries, one of which is my brother Talib, and he himself, has authorized me to act on his behalf on numerous occasions. What you're doing, you must know it's a villainous act. Now, today is another absolutely gorgeous sunny day, and I'm reminded that this time I should be spending this valuable time I should be spending with my brother, helping him emotionally recover from the fact that you had murdered his mother, and he was traumatized by this fact, and the fact that you were persecuting and harassing and hounding him all the way when he was in Oldham in order for this capacity assessment. And now, in order to get, you are absolutely crazy and insane trying to force through a capacity assessment and failing to recognize the capacity assessment that I have already submitted and already got carried out, which is in my favor. You just want somebody to give you the right leverage in order to have control and dominance over my brother, and that simply is not going to happen. Not when I'm around. My whole job is to take care and to safeguard and be a guardian for my brother, as you can see I've clearly been doing. I don't do that willy-nilly. I charge you £1,000,000 a week, and I also am working under a legal framework, which is as a trustee of a trust that my mother,
15 seconds recording time remaining.
which is a trustee of a trust my mother had set up to safeguard this very same situation, considering that you had been abusing my brother, the authorities had been abusing my brother Nazim. So yes, Mr. Browell, I would ask you once again to engage with me to let me know where my brother is, considering it's a sunny day outside and we are missing out.
Your recording time has expired. To leave your message, press 1. Message sent.
So we are missing our brother. It's a lovely day outside. This time I should be spending with my brother, but rather they have kidnapped him in order to psychologically torture me. They've come into my house, they've removed my telephones, so I don't have no means of communication. They've removed the digital box, the Wi-Fi hub, ensuring that I have no access to any of my ability to communicate. So this was a personalized attack on myself under the guise of acting in my brother's best interest, which is all a lie and a falsehood. They came with a predetermined mission to come and abduct my brother and to arrest me and to detain me, maybe remand me in custody. All that failed because obviously I saw through their lies. I didn't argue with them, but then they've come into my house. They have searched through the whole property. They have photographed and videoed every single thing from my vehicle, everything, looking to find some kind of evidence. When they found nothing, they stole my hard drives, they stole my telephone, the mobile phones and everything in order to have, and then more importantly, they stole my brother's passport. They came with a mission that my brother's never going to come back into my care. The last time they did this was obviously, as I've explained, on the 3rd of August 2018, 5 years ago, and that was that they were obviously on a mission then to detain my brother indefinitely, and lo and behold, luckily everything worked out in my favor and I managed to rescue him. But they are once again looking to exploit the situation and have kidnapped my brother, but this time there is no legal framework. It's just pure kidnap. They've just called the police to come along, taken him into somewhere. It's now 68 days later. I have absolutely no idea where my brother is, and this is just simply not acceptable. There are laws preventing this. Clearly, Human Rights Act laws, they can't just take somebody from a family home, from his home, and incarcerate him indefinitely without any access to any legal representation, without any access to any any rights or even informing the family members. This is simply not acceptable. They have done a very dirty act in order to achieve their objectives, and I'm highly concerned that they're going to now target me because I'm alone and isolated, and there's no level of debauchery that they will not do in order to achieve their objectives and narratives. So it's kind of scary that I'm in this situation now, alone and isolated, without my brother, psychologically being tortured, psychologically being manipulated, gaslighted, and they simply are refusing to give me the basic of information of where is my brother and how is he doing. And it's just simply just a ridiculous reoccurrence of the same theme. absolutely horrendous and ridiculous and diabolical and villainous of them. But what is one to do but patiently persevere, because there is no other option. What they want me to do, they want me to break down, lose my cool, and do something stupid, and then they're going to take advantage of that, my failure, rather than doing their jobs properly. It's all horrendous and diabolical and villainous. But what is one to do but